Hi, welcome. I see the people already joining, looking here at the participants. Welcome to this financial freedom webinar, heavily postponed because for the last 2 months, we've had to miss it for various reasons. First month being away in Vietnam, second month last month, we had to skip it because of technical problems and internet outage. Tonight, I'm in a hotel with my partner, Vicky, sat on the bed here assisting. We'll answer any questions. Let's turn the camera, say hi, Vicky. Because we're here to run a corporate goal mapping workshop tomorrow. So, while we give a few moments for other people to join and be part of the masterclass this evening, please do write in the chat where you're joining from, how you're feeling, and of course, because it's very, very topical, how's the weather? We're here in the south of England, it's hot. Unprecedented is the word you're hearing in the news all the time. It's really hot here in England, unusually hot for British weather. Maybe you're joining from another country, say where you're joining from, how you are feeling, how's the temperature, and what's your outlook at the moment on the economic future? Do you see it as a good time of prosperity? Or are you seeing the future as a difficult time, maybe a time of limitation? I'm going to go into the presentation. I was really looking forward, actually, to asking people to write their questions and answer them this evening through the chat. I'm told by my partner we can do Q&A. So Sheila Lemons saying, hello, Sheila, lovely to see you. The chat is disabled. Hi from very warm Cambridge. We can use a Q&A. Sheila's saying chat does not work. No, we're finding that out, etc., etc. The main thing with the presentation this evening is to help everyone that chooses to create a goal map for their financial freedom. I think, like all other goals, financial freedom is not something we can just wave a magic wand and it's there. If we could, then we would see a busy line of people going in one end, receiving their financial freedom badge, and they'd be coming out the other end with their magic wand and able to just manifest it. Financial freedom is something we need to set the goal for and then work towards. And maybe some of the people tuning in this evening already have financial freedom. Maybe you're on your path to financial freedom. Maybe you are financially free but want to take it to another level, or maybe you are in dire straits because the economic situation for you, like it is for so many people, is incredibly difficult at this time with the escalating prices we have on both fuel and fruit and food. I'm going to bring on the PowerPoint presentation and just go through some of the key information. Financial freedom is something I've achieved several times in my life, but also lost several times in my life. And in recent years, it's been more about achieving a sustainable financial freedom, a financial freedom that continues to give regardless of the cycles of boom and bust. I was recently in Greece to run some corporate goal mapping workshops. And while there, myself and Vicky went to the Acropolis and to the Parthenon, the ancient Greek temple, and we were walking through the ruins of Greece and the Parthenon. And the thing that really struck me was that here is a magnificent civilization from ancient times that had so much wisdom, so much balance, so much success, and yet still they fell into decline. The same is true with the Roman Empire and the Byzantine Empire, and you can go back through the ages and you see it again and again. And when you hear economists talk about the same thing, they will talk about there are cycles of boom, good times, and then cycles of decline at bad times. And those cycles of boom and bust are outside of our control. They are like the wind that blows. We cannot control it, how strong or weak the wind will blow, or from which direction the wind will blow. What we can do is we can choose the set of our sail. And by choosing the set of our sail, regardless of which way the wind is blowing, we can adjust the sail and we can capture the opportunity created by the wind. Whenever we're in a difficult economic situation, it's really important to remember that some people, some teams, some organizations actually prosper during a recession. Some people make really good money during a recession because it's about the set of their sail. On a personal level, the set of your sail is your outlook on life. It's your attitude. It's your beliefs about the changing situations that you find yourself in. And by choosing your outlook, your belief, by choosing your attitude, by choosing your behavior, you're able to find opportunities even in times of great difficulty. There will be opportunity, but often they are hidden, like the silvery lining behind the cloud. I'm just going to check with Vicky. Can you see my screen okay? All right. So I started speaking on all of this back in 1994. Look at this picture of myself. It feels like looking at a child in some ways. And this is when I first started out my speaking, training, coaching journey. Here's me just a few years ago, 2019. And here's the message I've been delivering. Your thoughts create your reality, both in yourself and in your life. And you'll notice between the in yourself and in your life, there's this little double pyramid, double triangle. For me, my belief is who you are as a person completely influences the life you live. Through our thoughts and feelings and actions, we influence reality around us. Regardless of the environment we are born into, we have an influence on our life. And while I've changed much over the years and the detail of my presentation has changed much over the years, particularly these recent years in taking goal mapping online and it becoming digital, the principle and the message is the same. If you will choose your best thoughts about yourself, about your life, about your situation, it influences you to feel your best feelings, take your best actions, and you invariably live your best life. This program that I'm sharing with you tonight, it's not a job for me. It's not even a purpose. It's more than that. It's been my mission, if you like, since birth onwards. I was born into a traveling gypsy carnival funfair family. And each year I'd have 3 different homes, one traveling with the circus and the fun fairs, one at the seaside on the Isle of Wight, while we opened up the amusements for the tourist industry. And here you can see a picture of my father and the pier we used to have at Ventnor. And a third home, which was our winter base, not far from London. I left school before 13. I left with no qualifications and unable to read and write properly. And my father initiated me into entrepreneurship just before 13. My 13th birthday present was this rocket-shaped bubblegum machine and a box of bubblegum and the keys. And my father taught me empty the pennies, the money, buy more bubblegum stock, and save a percentage of the money to reinvest, create a future financial freedom. And so my next investment in my entrepreneur journey, my early financial freedom, was this pinball machine, Star Trek pinball machine. And my big breakthrough into some more serious financial freedom was this wonderful Space Invaders. I was one of the first people in England to have one of these big upright Space Invader machines. I made a great deal of money. It was very prosperous for me, this investment. And here's the point. I bought this Space Invaders machine when I was maybe 15, and I had my father as collateral. And the guy that sold me the machine, I gave him post-dated checks. So I think it was February time when I bought the machine, and I gave the guy checks that he couldn't cash until after the Easter holidays, because I needed the Easter holidays for the tourists to come, the holiday makers, and spend some money so I could afford to pay the machine. So I bought it on speculation. And this is often the way of the entrepreneur. And of course, it's often the way to financial freedom. Not the only way to financial freedom. But if we are going to create truly a financial freedom for ourselves, then there will need to be some degree of speculation, some degree of investment, and some degree of risk. By 13, I was working for my father full time. I dropped out of education. To this day, I have no qualification. I have no formal piece of paper that says I'm qualified for anything. I've won some awards, both in the UK and other countries, for my work, some of them government awards and leadership awards, but I never finished school. And at 18, I took the family business in a new direction. And I became the youngest person in England at that time to be given an entertainment license, an alcohol license, and I opened up a disco on the Isle of Wight where I was living. The disco became incredibly popular, quite famous, in lots of magazines. This is me at 18 here with face paint and my frilly shirt, 1981, which was the beginning of New Romantic scene, it was called, here in England. We were pioneers in that scene. Myself and my brother, we opened the disco together, and we were very successful. And we stayed in the business for 13 years. We had lots of celebrities and pop stars come into the disco, made a lot of money, had a lot of fun. But at the end of the 13 years, a change came. And the change that came was affordable airfare, and English people en masse started taking their summer holidays in the Mediterranean. Late 1980s, early 90s, we didn't have so much of a heat wave like we do today here in England, and English people wanted to go where the sunshine was guaranteed and where the wine was grown and the rest of their friends were going. And so English people started going abroad, and tourism on the Isle of Wight where I lived died. And the disco closed down because simply people stopped coming for their summer holiday to the Isle of Wight. And by the early 90s, family groups had stopped coming, and it was a sad time. Lots of hotels closed down, unemployment rose, and many of the old family businesses closed down, and my family's business was one of them. And so at age 29, I found myself in £1 million of debt. My home had been repossessed. My car had been repossessed. All of my possessions, anything of real value, had been repossessed. The same happened to my brother, and the same also happened to my mother and my father. The recession of the late 1980s, combined with the crash of tourism, and interest rates rose from 7% to 15%. It was an economic and financial storm. We owned millions of pounds of property, and all of it was wiped out within a single year. And so if there are people viewing tonight that are thinking, are the things I'm sharing with you just theory, or are they fact? And let me tell you, they are very much fact. Because at the depth of my despair back in 1992, 93, I really didn't know what I would do. I had no employment history. I'd worked for myself and my father. I had no qualifications. I was £1 million in debt. My home had been repossessed. My marriage had broken down. Everything that I owned or valued had gone. And with it also was gone my self-confidence and my self-esteem. I felt absolutely hopeless, and the future looked so dark that I was seriously contemplating suicide. And the only reason I didn't end my life, I believe, is because I was so worried that my own death would push my parents over the edge and they would end their own lives. But I really couldn't see a way forward. And I'm sharing this in the hope that if there is anyone listening that feels desperate at this time, understand it is often darkest just before the dawn. And when things seem really, really bad, that is often the point before they start to get better. And the mistake that I made was not getting help. I sat in my bedroom with my head in my hands, crying day after day, hoping that I was in some sort of mad, bad dream, and I would wake up the next day and it would be different. I'd have my old life back, living in the big house, driving the big car, doing the big stuff. But of course, it was not different. It was the same each day, and I just sunk down deeper and deeper. And then one day, after about 3 months of hiding in my bedroom, I received a knock on the door, and I thought repossession people for sure. There have been many people knocking the door looking for money for unpaid bills. But instead, it was some good fortune. It was some friends, and they had come calling to see how I was, but also to offer me an opportunity. And the opportunity they offered me was to join their direct sales organization and to be with them in their sales team and their network. And I didn't understand it, but I knew that I needed to do something. And so I joined them commission only, which means if you sell something, you earn something. But I was really hopeless. I didn't sell anything at first. And I can look back now and see why. It's really obvious to me these days. I was miserable. Not only was I miserable, but I was moaning and I was blaming everyone for how difficult my life was. And while I wanted to express my feelings, and it felt unfair that my life had crashed. And the reality is, if you are looking to sell things, people like to buy things from happy and positive people, not miserable, moaning, sad people as I was. So I wasn't selling anything, and that means I wasn't earning anything because it was commission only. But the great blessing in it all was I was invited to a personal development workshop. And at that personal development workshop, it was explained to me the science of positive thinking and how when you set goals, it helps you to join the brain cells together. And through that, you can form new beliefs and you can command your subconscious and universal consciousness, law of attraction, to help you move towards your goal and your goal move towards you. It was a new insight for me. I was wowed by it. I didn't want to go to the workshop. I was not only suspicious, I was not only skeptical, I was cynical. I was negative and I was suspicious, and I thought the workshop on personal development was just going to be a lot of psychobabble, new age nonsense. My mind was closed. The only reason I went to the workshop is my manager made me go. He said, go to the workshop or leave the team. It's team workshop, Brian. Go to the workshop or leave the team. I went to the workshop. I went with a closed mind. But the guy at the workshop, just really cool. He made it really simple. He explained it, and it was sort of common sense. But so often, of course, common sense is not, unfortunately, common practice. Some people have told me that hearing these presentations is a little bit like remembering something you already knew deep down, but are sort of lost sight of. And so I hope tonight is an awakening, if you like, and helps you reconnect with that deep knowingness that you too can create your reality, as all of us can. Some years ago, a friend sent me this passage, and it was about two Indian saints that were sat on a rooftop, and they're overlooking a marketplace, a bazaar. And one Indian saint turns to the other and he says, see here in the crowd, all of them have rupees in their bundle, in their purse. But how to open the knot, they don't know. And therefore are they paupers. All of us have a great wealth inside of us. We have the ability to create our reality. We have the ability to achieve financial freedom. But how to open the knot, how to command the mind and the universe, that we do not know, and therefore are so many paupers. Learning the ancient wisdom of how to turn your thoughts into reality. Self-manifestation is the ancient name, is the deepest wisdom of all. I've studied it now for 30 years. I believe I've mastered it in some ways, not in all ways. And of course, life is an ongoing journey. These masterclasses, which I always run for free, are my opportunity to share that which I have learned and believe will serve others. In particular, creating a goal map using a combination of words and pictures is what I believe will most help you turn your thoughts into reality. Goal mapping is not something I created. You will see me written on the internet as the creator of goal mapping. I did not create it. I was the receiver of goal mapping. It came to me like a gift from the universe. I saw the whole thing complete in a single moment. And then it took me quite some time to understand what I had seen and put it into a training program and then deliver it for others. Even after all these years, 27 years of teaching the system, I'm still learning new things about it. The more I teach it, the more it helps me to grow as a person, and the more that I learn how to empower others with it. And now there are a great many people empowering others with goal mapping. It's thrilling for me to look down at the screen and see 1,511 people certified in goal mapping around the world. In fact, it's even higher now. I think in the last days we're to 1,517, Vicky's just told me. And I know some of you logged on this evening, even though you're already certified, even though you're already teaching it to others. And for some of you, I know, Sheila Lemon, have been teaching it some years. Great to see you here and choosing to watch this presentation. Goal mapping is helping people in businesses, big businesses like Microsoft, Siemens, Disney, Coca-Cola, and small unknown businesses and businesses in the middle and individual entrepreneurs. And it's helping lots of people to achieve their business objectives, advance in their career, achieving their targets. We have goal mapping being used by lifestyle groups, health, well-being, and of course, we have goal mapping into education. And with more than 1 million students from primary, secondary, and university, all creating goal maps for a brighter future and to achieve their best within their grades. And of course, here tonight, an absolute joy to be sharing goal mapping for financial freedom. And there are many financial advisors or life planners now adopting goal mapping and helping their clients to goal map the future they desire to live, and then to create a financial plan of how they will achieve it. We have managers within Swiss Life using goal mapping to help their employees plus their clients. We have property investment organizations and networks such as Fielding Financial and Wealth Dynamics that are using goal mapping to help people create a goal map of the financial freedom that they desire to live for the future, and also a plan, a strategy of how they will achieve it. And so it's a joy for me this evening to be sharing this information with you. Goal mapping in business, education, sport, well-being, and of course, financial freedom. I've spoken in more than 30 countries here in Finland, Norway, lots of different magazine articles about goal mapping and how it helps people in the various areas of their life. Here with CNN about using goal mapping to advance your career. My recommendation, if you are new to the Life Path Masterclass journey, is that you create a whole series of goal maps, starting with a goal map for living your best life, because it's important to get the big picture. You want the big picture. Financial freedom is one slice, it's one wedge, the cheese of the big picture. But there are more things that make up the big picture. So have one goal map that is the big picture of how you want your life to be in the future. And then if you've been following these masterclasses over the months, you will know that we have covered masterclasses on creating a goal map for authentic happiness, feeling fantastic, raising self-esteem, well-being, having lots of energy. And then with tonight, financial freedom. Coming in the next months, harmonious relationships and living with a sense of purpose. So here is my financial freedom goal map. And the thing that I think is really in my mind at the moment and I wish to point out is I was having this conversation with my partner Vicky recently, that in past years I would draw my goal map on paper, and then maybe a few years later I would redraw the goal map on paper because there would be new things I'd want to add. Sometimes I would draw my goal map on paper and only 6 months later there would be new things I wanted to add, or sometimes just a few hours later because I thought of something new at the end of the map. And it's a very common thing. I've run goal mapping workshops for years and years and years. And very often people come to me at the end of the workshop and they say, can I take another one of those paper templates, Brian, because I've got some new ideas. And the reason why they have new ideas is when they create their goal map, by the time they get to the end of the process, they've activated both sides of their brain, and that's brought them a new realization, either about another goal they want to add in or about a faster path they can take towards their goal, a faster path towards financial freedom. Digital goal mapping has created a step change in power of how goal mapping works. I'm absolutely amazed at the power of digital goal mapping, both invoking law of attraction and drawing the right people, situation and circumstance towards you, as well as the goal map in digital, commanding your subconscious to move you towards your goal. There are a lot of different reasons for it. Some of it are psychological, neurological. Some of it is because with a digital goal map, when a new insight comes, you can update it and include it into the map very quickly. And so now each month I'm updating one of my goal maps. I have a whole series of goal maps covering the different important areas of my life, just as I was recommending a moment ago. I have a goal map for best life, a goal map for authentic happiness and self-esteem and well-being, financial freedom, as you're seeing here. And of course, a goal map together with my partner, Vicky, for harmonious relationships, and a goal map for living with purpose. So my wholehearted recommendation to you is that you create your goal map for financial freedom, but that you also watch the recordings of the past masterclasses, if you haven't already done so, and create your goal maps for the other areas of your life. Because only by having a series of maps are you able to give the detail, the specific information about those important achievements that you wish in the different areas of your life so that you can be whole and balanced. So the big question is this: what does financial freedom mean to you? For me, years ago, if someone had said to me, Brian, what does financial freedom mean to you? I would have been thinking, well, 7 million, maybe 7 million pounds in the bank account is what financial freedom would mean to me. I was just thinking about a big number, like winning the lottery. Of course, things like winning the lottery are chance success. For a lot of people, their strategy for financial freedom is buying some lottery tickets. I was queued up at the supermarket on Saturday behind someone, and that was her strategy. She was buying a lot of different lottery tickets. I could see that was her strategy for financial freedom. That's a chance success. And of course, some people win. Some people win a chance success. Every so often, we get a winning lottery ticket. If you look at the statistics, not only is it a tiny percentage of people that get that chance success of financial freedom, but sadly, it is a short-lived happiness, because for the majority of people that come into wealth by winning the lottery, they don't know how to handle it. They're not ready for it. And just 5 years later is the average. They are actually worse off than they were before the big lottery win. And so, is financial freedom for you winning a lot of money? Is it about taking a chance with something like the lottery? Or is there a strategy? A few years ago, I was working with one of the goal mapping licensees, Jill Fielding, the founder of Fielding Financial, and she started a Fielding Financial property investment company after being on a goal mapping presentation and workshop. And she said this to me, that financial freedom simply means that you have enough income to live without working unless you choose to. And of course, that really stuck in my mind. It made me think a great deal. And I don't need £7 million to live. I actually need much, much, much less than that. If I work out the amount of money that I need to live in the current way that I do each year, and then add that up, it's really a relatively small amount of money. And so financial freedom can be a much less than many people imagine in their head. I was thinking like millions of pounds would be financial freedom for me. In reality, it's maybe £50,000 to allow me to live in the way that I live and not work if I choose to. How much does financial freedom mean for you? Think about the life that you want to live. Maybe it's different from the life you have now, but think about the life you want to live, and then think about, well, how much is that life going to cost each year? Is it going to cost 30,000, 40,000, 50,000, 100,000? Is it going to cost $1 million? Think about the life you want to live. Think about the amount it's going to cost. And then think about, well, how am I going to achieve that? What are the goals? What are the strategies? What are the ways? So, for instance, the lady I just mentioned, Jill Fielding, and her organization, Fielding Financial, they help people to achieve financial freedom through property investment. And many of the people that work with her and her organization are on relatively small incomes, but they teach a strategy of how you can gradually invest and achieve the financial freedom. One of the first books that I read when I learned to read at age 30 was called The Richest Man in Babylon. This book is believed to be 4,500 years old. It was found in the ruins of Babylon. It's not written on paper, of course. It's written on clay tablets, 4,500 years old. And it was written by this man who was one of the richest people in Babylon, the ancient city. I believe it's in Iraq. In this book, it gives a really simple formula for accumulating wealth. Here it is. Learn to live on 90% of your income. Whatever your income is, if you think about it, if you really work, and it will be tough, but actually you can figure out ways to live on 90% of your income. And if you take that 10%, if you're on a regular wage, and you invest that 10%, and you invest wisely, maybe in property, maybe in other ways, with compound interest, gradually it builds into a financial freedom. It creates a nest egg that produces an income that allows you the choice. Do I work or do I not work? And of course, many people achieve financial freedom and choose to continue working. Some of them may choose to work in a way of contribution, that they are not charging the full prices that they could. Some would even give their time freely. Some may charge full price. But there are many people who are financially free and choose to continue working because they want to. What does financial freedom mean to you? For me, it means having the choice, work or not work. I choose to work for many reasons. One, of course, is the economy. I could not support myself if I was not working. But the most important reason for me is to share what I believe is really important in the way of goal mapping and helping other people to set their goals in the most powerful way so that they can achieve their dreams and wishes. Goal mapping works so amazingly well that since its start in 1995, it's now reached more than 5 million people around the world and over 1 million students in state education. It's helping people in all the different areas of life, and there has not been some clever sales strategy or marketing campaign. It has reached more than 5 million people because it works, and everyday people have recommended it. And if you're watching tonight and you're finding this useful to you, please do go and recommend, because we really want to help reach as many people as possible. And I would love to achieve my goal within my lifetime of helping to lift 7 million lives in the way that goal mapping has helped to lift my life. Each of us, while being unique and different, we are all a combination of thought and feeling and action. Our repeated thoughts become our beliefs, and our repeated feelings become attitudes, and our repeated actions become our behaviors. And it's through these that we make and shape our world. And you can go back into ancient wisdom over many thousands of years and across many separated cultures around the world, and you will hear this ancient truth that by thought, word or feeling and deed, action, we make and shape our world. And so what are your thoughts about financial freedom? What is your main belief about money? I've coached so many people over so many years who have picked up as a child, without even conscious decision or contemplation, as a child, they have picked up a deep belief that money is bad or money is dirty. Or if you make too much money, you'll not be a nice person because rich people aren't nice people. I hear so many negative beliefs that people have picked up about money. And of course, most often until the coaching session, the person is blind to it. When we form a belief, we don't realize we're forming the belief. It's just a thought that we're thinking. And when we're very young, it's often a comment we are hearing from a parent or an older person or someone that we look up to. And the things that are often said as casual comments become beliefs and commands in our mind to our subconscious. And many people sabotage their financial freedom because they have a negative, limiting belief that they've picked up young in their life, that money is bad, or rich people aren't good, or that it's not right to be too well off, to have too much money. What are your beliefs? Even if you think you know, I would really encourage you, take a few moments at the end of this presentation and just sit quietly with yourself. Go within yourself, go within yourself, question yourself a little. Ask what your beliefs are, to evolve, to move yourself up to a higher level. At the same time, connect with what is your feeling towards money? What is your attitude towards money? Some people are grasping. Some people are rejecting because they have a belief it's not right. Some people are complacent. Some people are flippant. I've been very flippant with my money, very casual in the past, rather than careful and responsible. I believe for all of us, there is a journey of learning life lessons, highs and lows, that teach us about the fundamental principles of success, the lessons of life that help us to learn the laws of creation, and how each of us can step into the shoes of self-actualization and create the desires we wish for ourselves. Contemplate your beliefs, contemplate your attitudes, and be aware of your behavior. And many times our habit patterns are almost masked and we're unaware. I've been so casual and spontaneous with my money, particularly with shopping in airports in the past and buying things that I don't really need. And in these recent times, I've been much more considerate about my behavior and the things that I do, and looking at what is the consequence, either in cost or saving, or is it producing value? Contemplate these three, because your thoughts and beliefs, your feelings and attitudes, your actions and behavior towards money will really influence the power behind your financial freedom goal map. Creating the goal map, it's almost like creating a lens of what you want in the future. Your thoughts, your heart, your feelings, your behavior is the energy you focus into the lens that goes out into the world, motivating you forwards and drawing back the substance, people, situation, circumstance that help you turn the intention into reality. Each of us have a human, unique ability of free will. With our free will, we can choose our thoughts. And if we are choosing a positive thought about ourself and life and situation and financial freedom, then that positive thought stimulates the release of a chemical into our brain called serotonin, which not only gives us the feeling of happiness and well-being, but also works as a neuroconductor. It joins the synaptic gap, bridges it, allows the brain cells to connect. And as we form the connection between brain cells, we have that new light bulb moment, that new idea, and that breakthrough of insight. This is an essential aspect within achieving individual financial freedom. For each of us, finding our way forward, finding the ideas that help us to prosper is fundamental to our success within our goals to be financially free. Whatever path we may take, whatever road we are on, whatever organization we have joined or system we are working with, it is our creativity of joining both a right brain and left brain together, helping us to take whole brain approach that really helps us to find those new ideas and inspirations that motivate us to move towards our goals. When we have those new ideas and the brain cells join, afterwards they separate. And so learning how to set goals so that it helps strengthen the brain cell connections is absolutely key and part of the success of why goal mapping works so well. The more connections we make, the stronger our belief grows that we will achieve our goal, and the more we're able to activate both sides of our brain. This is absolutely key to financial freedom, being able to have a vision of the future of being financially free and a picture of how to move along our path towards it, as well as being able to follow a plan or a strategy of investment to help us achieve that goal of financial freedom. And the more that we find the balance between the two, the more effective we are in achieving our financial freedom goals. If, however, our thoughts are negative and we are thinking about failure and debt, then not only do we become sad in ourselves because we release a different chemical into our brain and body called cortisol, but also cortisol is a neuroinhibitor which causes our brain to close down. And as our brain closes down, the problem looks bigger and bigger and bigger. In ancient times, fight or flight, survival worked really, really well for humans. When you were walking through a forest thousands of years ago, if a hungry bear jumped out, your brain and body would go into the fear response, fight or flight. Your brain would close down, your body's secondary systems close down, the energy is diverted to your muscles. You can fight or flight and survive the danger. It works well. In modern life, we are not facing the danger of wild animals. We are facing the danger of economic difficulty. We are facing the problem of rising food prices, rising fuel prices. We are facing the danger of spiraling inflation rates and real wages reducing. These modern problems require a creative solution. Going into fear and your brain closing down just makes the problem look bigger. How will I pay my bills? How can I provide for my family? How will I survive for the future? The problems are bigger, bigger, bigger. For life's modern problems, particularly the economic problems that so many people are experiencing at this time, we need to stay positive. It's not always easy when you're facing difficult times, and I have, even in recent years, it can be incredibly difficult to stay positive, but it is possible by understanding the principles, knowing that ultimately, whatever happens, you can choose your thoughts. And by choosing your thoughts, you can influence the chemical release and your feelings. Choose a positive thought, release serotonin, get a happy feeling. That not only helps your body to be in more balance and well-being, because serotonin boosts the immune system, but it empowers your behavior. You become motivated and with a feeling of confidence can take an idea and step forward and give it a go. And the more you're able to think positively about yourself and your life and your future, the more you empower yourself, both in feeling and in action, which gradually helps you to change your circumstance and situation, that you literally influence and start to shape your reality. Creating a goal map turbocharges that thought. If you're finding it difficult to think positively about your future, I really urge you to follow through tonight. Create the most powerful goal map in words and pictures you possibly can to help capture your strongest thoughts of possibility, positivity, and hope for the future. Because the more you're able to capture your positive thoughts in a goal, the more you're able to activate the whole of your brain. And in this way, you command your subconscious, your personal autopilot or genie, to move you towards your goal. Genies are amazingly powerful. They can do incredible things. They can help your wishes come true. And they can snap up some financial freedom. But guess what? The genie cannot wish for you. The genie cannot wish for you. You must command the genie. Each of us have a subconscious genie that can do amazing things. And each of us are responsible for commanding the genie. You command your genie. You rub the magic lamp with your thoughts. Your strongest thought becomes the command to your subconscious genie. Now, when your strongest thought is of your desires, the system works in a fantastic way. That's how we're able to make our wishes come true. And the more we believe in our greatest wishes, the faster and more fully they come true. But when we doubt, it means we're also holding a picture of what we want, but also a picture that maybe we're not going to achieve it. It's a doubt. And that doubt diminishes the power because your subconscious genie becomes confused. It follows the strongest picture. Hold a picture of what you want, your subconscious moves you towards it. Doubt, hold a picture, a negative picture that maybe you won't achieve it, and your subconscious isn't sure what you want and sort of moves you towards that. You reduce your power. Creating a goal map helps to empower the picture of what you want, the picture of your financial freedom, the picture of you living a freedom lifestyle. The stronger you make that picture, the more your genie receives the command, and the faster your genie helps you to manifest the desire and make your wishes come true. Create your goal map, and because the goal map activates left brain and right brain, words and pictures, the goal map really helps to send the command to your subconscious. 7 simple steps. Right in the center, a main goal, then side goals. At the top of the map, why you want it, and then when you want it, how you're going to achieve it, and who's going to help. Go through the goal mapping process. And as you go through these 7 simple steps, goal mapping will help capture your strongest desires in both words and pictures to help activate both sides of your brain and command your subconscious to move you towards the goal, while your goal map also helps you to be consciously clear about what it is that's most important to you. Think about these 7 steps. They are the 7 critical aspects of making a plan. Step 1, dream. What is it you want to achieve? What does financial freedom mean to you? Is it 10,000, 20,000, 30,000, 40,000? Some people say, I am abundant. That's their goal. Yeah, it's a lovely statement. I used it for many years and I still use it sometimes in my life map. But on a goal map, we need to be specific. And if you don't give a number, you can't make a plan. This is such an important point. I'm going to say it one more time. If you don't give a number, you can't make a plan. I am abundant is a bit like a wish, okay? In a goal, we need to give a date, we need to give a number because we want to make a plan. And so what's the number for you? What does financially free mean to you? Is it 100,000? Is it 1 million? Is it 50,000? We need a number. The way to get to that number, think about the life you want to live. Have a little dream. And there may be many things, but really a number that represents financial freedom for you is going to be the main thing. And then we can have other goals on the side and why and when, etc. And so we don't have a volunteer for this evening. And instead, I'm going to demonstrate one of my own goal maps, my financial freedom goal map. If you are not already registered to Goal Mapping Online, please do so. This will be the last month that we are running the webinars here through Zoom. And from next month on, we're going to be streaming them into the Goal Mapping Online platform. And also that'll be the place where you can register. It will still be for absolutely free. But my encouragement to you, if you're serious about financial freedom, demonstrate it, make an investment in yourself, upgrade to the premium level of goal mapping. At the gold level of goal mapping, there is so much value, so much wealth. You will receive 10 times the value of the $9.99 if you want to try it for 1 month. I guarantee you, and if you're not fully happy with the service, then we always offer a money back guarantee. I'm going to come out the PowerPoint for a moment. I'm going to go to Goal Mapping Online in real time because I want to go to my financial freedom goal map. I'm going to have to scroll down a little just to try and see. Here we are. So all these red lines here, you won't be seeing if you go to your own screen. These are just the various teams that I belong to where I share my goal map. And here is my financially freedom goal map. So I'm a wellspring of wealth. And the thing I like about this picture is I drew it some years ago when I was still drawing my goal maps. But I liked the image so much that I took a photo, cropped it, and uploaded it into the online system. And now I've used it again and again, and indeed some variations on this image. If you are new to goal mapping, then creating your goal map online is without question the most powerful way. If you like to draw, as I do, you can upload your own drawings. But of course, downloading images, and you can see this one I've got here with the stack of coins and the tree I've downloaded from the internet. I've also got another image here about the dream home that myself and my partner Vicky are intending to build, and artwork created by my web guy, etc. Going to go into the edit of my map and just talk through the steps. And step one, dream, is the starting place. And if you are following through tonight, you can have the Zoom on, plus go to Goal Mapping Online, open up a tab so that you're able to create your own goal map. And there is video instruction. You can see it in the little orange button that is there next to step one, dream. But rather than watch the video, I would like to deliver the visualization here tonight in real time. And so take a moment now, sit back, close your eyes if it's safe for you to do so and you're not listening while you need to be also watching something. But if you can, take a moment, sit back, close your eyes, take a nice big deep breath in through your nose, please. Breathe out slowly through your mouth. And as you breathe out through your mouth, I'd like you to say the word relax 3 times to yourself and in your own language if your first language is not English. Or once more now, please. Deep breath in through your nose. And this time, as you breathe out slowly through your mouth, saying, I am 3 times to yourself and in your own language. And once more, a deep breath in through your nose. And this time, as you breathe out slowly through your mouth, saying the words within 3 times to yourself and in your own language. Relax, I am within. I'd like you to imagine a stream of relaxation flowing in through the top of your head, like white light, soothing, calming, relaxing all of the areas that it touches. Imagine now relaxing your scalp, your forehead, your cheeks, your tongue, and your jaw. Give yourself permission to relax those areas completely, becoming more and more gently relaxed now with each easy breath that you take and each sound that you hear. The relaxation moves deeper, relaxing your neck, relaxing your shoulders, into your arms and hands, all the way down to the tips of your fingers. Give yourself permission to relax those areas completely. Becoming more and more gently relaxed now as the relaxation moves even deeper. Relaxing your chest, relaxing your stomach, into your hips, thighs, calves, ankles, feet, and toes. a gentle wave of relaxation softly flowing through your body. I'd like you to imagine now walking along a beautiful sandy seashore, clear blue skies, soft rolling waves, and a warm sun shining down upon your skin. As you walk along this beautiful, carefree beach, you find a small blue bottle poking from the sand. As you pick up the bottle, the top comes open, and there appears a large blue shining genie. The genie says, "Your wish is my command. Anything you truly desire, I will grant you." I want you to take yourself forward in time now, knowing you have the power to create your life exactly as you would choose it to be. And take a walk through an ideal day that represents you living an ideal life with financial freedom. Starting from when you first awake, what is the scene that greets you? In your ideal day of your ideal life with financial freedom, are you living in your ideal home? Is it the same home where you live now? Or have you, in a financially free life, moved to a new home? Maybe you've renovated the old home, or maybe you've moved to an entirely new location, maybe even another country in the world. Take a look around that financially free home. What does it look like? Where are you living? Check out the view from the windows, get a feeling of the place, and then notice how you start your financially free day. Are you giving yourself the freedom to start your day in the way that you really choose? Maybe you're starting your day with early morning exercise. Maybe in your financially free day, you're not starting early at all. Maybe you're starting late. Maybe you're starting with meditation or gratitude. See yourself beginning your financially free day and gradually move through that day, seeing all the different important areas of your life. Maybe you are choosing to still pursue your career. Maybe you are working to make a contribution. Notice the type of work or contribution that you do. See the reward that you receive. Maybe it's emotional reward, feelings of fulfillment, a sense of purpose. Maybe it's a social reward, connecting with others, making a difference. Maybe it's a financial reward. Notice how your life is enriched in every way, achieving financial freedom. Engaging in hobbies and interests that help you to stay alert mentally. Making time for yourself to nourish yourself creatively and emotionally. Being able to look after yourself well physically. And of course, increasing your economy financially, which also, of course, allows you to help others socially, whether that's immediate friends and family, or whether it's a wider sense of community, and to make a difference in the world, to serve a purpose, to be able to help others, contribute financially if you choose, as well as within your time and energy. See all the different sides of that financially free life. Connect with all of the wonderful feelings of achievement and success, as well as feelings of satisfaction, security, and contribution. Know that it's all possible for you. And when you feel ready to, Come back to this moment, this time, and bring with you all great insights, ideas, and intentions that serve you. When you feel ready, open your eyes, please. Have a little stretch and a yawn to bring yourself back into full waking consciousness. And if you're following through, please do go to your goal mapping page now. And in the dream field, will you please write 5 things that you just thought about that represent financial freedom for you. And after writing each thing, click Add Dream. They will appear as a list on the right, as you can see here within my map. 5 things, short messages at first. You don't need to worry about the detail. Just capture the essence. 5 things. Remember, having a number within your goals is essential so that you can make a plan. You can see here within my goals, I've got percentages of growth and numbers where I'm looking to increase existing income, etc. 5 things. Click Add Dream after each thing. Now, one of the wonderful things about goal mapping online is that you can begin the process and come back and evolve it further. Or you can follow through with your map, writing in what you feel is right at this time. And as new insights come, you can go back and you can evolve the map or update it. What is really important to make the goal as powerful as possible is to use affirmation. So an affirmation is always written personal, positive, present tense. This is ancient wisdom. Look back over thousands of years across different cultures around the world, whether in India or Greece or in the East, you will find affirmation is used along with visualization to create whole brain activation. In this first step, we are writing the goals, and we want the words of the goal to be in the form of an affirmation. I am, or I have, or I own, whichever words fit your goal. We want the minimum number of words to create the maximum amount of feeling or connection for you with your affirmation. If you write lots and lots of words, you actually start to lose the meaning and your subconscious misses the goal. So we want short, concise statements, no more than 10 words really, that are meaningful for you. The words don't mean to need to mean anything for another person. They only need to mean something for you. But we must write the words as if it's now, because the subconscious and universal consciousness, law of attraction, doesn't understand time, and it doesn't understand abstract. So we must say what we want, and we must say it like it's a reality. So I have a healthy bank balance, or I have £100,000 in savings, or I have £1 million of property. Whatever words are right for you and for your goal, but say it like it's a reality. I have, or I am, or I own. Say the amount if it's the important goal for you, like I have here in the other goals with the percentages. And I'd like you to write 5 goals, all in the form of affirmation, personal, positive, present tense. And then in step 2, order is where it's important to work with the left side of the brain. And with the left side of the brain, we want to work with logic and strategy. And what this means is we want the main goal in the center. For me, the main goal is me being that wellspring of prosperity, me generating wealth. And then here in the side goals are the different aspects of how to achieve that. And for me, very much about growing the online community, growing the passive income through book sales, product sales, etc. And then in step 3, visualize. And what you will see is that underneath the words, there is an image icon. And if you click on the image icon, it will open up on the image folder. Here, it's opened on my personal image folder. And I can click on any image in my folder and it will go directly into the map. I can edit the words if I wish, and I can change the images as many times as I wish. In addition to choosing from my own personal folder, I can go to the categories. And if you are new to goal mapping online, and this is your first time, I really recommend that you just create your map quickly using any images for now. And then after the presentation this evening, take a little time to find those really meaningful images for you. Because just like the words, the more meaningful the image, the more powerfully it commands both your subconscious to move you towards the goal and universal consciousness or law of attraction to attract the goal towards you. Again, like the words, the image doesn't need to mean anything to anyone else. It only needs to mean something to you. Choose images for each of your goals so that you are activating left brain by writing your goals in words and right brain by stating your goals in imagery. And it's by using these two together, left brain and right brain, words and pictures, that we achieve whole brain activation. And modern science is realizing how important this is, but actually you can look back thousands of years into cultures like Hinduism and Buddhism, where you will see they're using a combination of words and pictures, affirmation, visualization, a mantra, chant with words, and a yantra, a picture, a power symbol. You'll find it in many ancient cultures around the world. And so then in step 4, we follow the same principle of words and pictures, but this time stating why you want to achieve your goals. What are your 3 strongest emotional reasons? The stronger the emotion, the greater the motivation. The stronger the emotion that you state in your reasons for achieving your goals, the more powerfully, again, it commands your subconscious mind, a universal conscious mind, to move you towards the achievement of the goal. What are your 3 strongest reasons? Write them in the box, clicking add reason after each reason. You'll see them appear in a row, as in here in my map, and then click the image icon to add pictures. And again, I really recommend use any images that feel right for now, just so you can be fluid and follow through with the presentation, but then come back and find those meaningful images. Either search online and download them from the internet, or search on your computer or your phone and upload into your private personal folder. People will only see them if you choose to share a goal map with someone, which is a great thing to do as long as you know who you're sharing it with. And you can see here in my map, my 3 reasons. The first one on the left, my big goal. I really wish to achieve helping 7 million people with goal mapping in the way that it's helped me. I wish for myself a greater level of life freedom, working where and when I wish, and I want to give my children the very best start in life. And while I have many goal maps covering many areas of my life, these 3 reasons are common to many of my maps. And if you are going to follow my recommendation and create more than one goal map, you will probably experience this for yourself, that while the goals may change, the reasons why you want the goal are very often, when you dig down deep, all connected to the same reasons. When? And when is the right time for you? When choosing a date for your goal is always going to be a balance between intuition, right brain, and logic, strategy, left brain. And we cannot just do just logic, because logically we don't know what's going to happen tomorrow, let alone next week, next month, next year. We can't predict completely with logic. And intuition, again, can only take us so far. And so when we find the balance between the two, we can go with a date that feels right intuitively and logically makes sense. For me, on my financial freedom goal map, the date that feels right and logically makes sense, 31st of December 2023. Little bit of a guesstimate always, but it's the date that feels right for me. And here we've got 19th October 2021, which was when I created this particular goal map. And that was my start date. Having a start date and an achievement date gives us a timeline, and that allows us to hang this step on how. What are the 3 most important things you need to do, actions that you need to take, that will be like steps that move you towards the achievement of that main goal of financial freedom? And maybe you're going to start by paying off debt. And maybe your first action is to increase savings. Maybe your first action is saving money to make a property investment. What is the 3 most important things you need to do? As with the other steps of goal mapping, always this combination of words for the left brain, pictures for the right brain. Words, logical mind; pictures, creative mind. Words, conscious clarity; pictures, subconscious command. Our subconscious responds more to pictures than to words. And so always we're stating the various aspects of the goal map in words and pictures. And here I want you to think about those 3 most important things you need to do. And maybe your goal for financial freedom is a big goal. And my goal for financial freedom is quite a big goal. And so there might be lots of detail, more detail than just 3 steps. But we want to chunk down so we can see clearly, all right, here is the path I need to travel. I need to do this, this, this. And then also you can go into more detail. You can go into more detail simply by clicking on the to-do list, and you can write in here tasks and actions. And whether that's phone calls you need to make, or whether it is people you need to go and see, or it's things you need to do, appointments you need to arrange. You can make a long list. And of course, in a digital goal map, you can be constantly updating that list. And I'm updating my business and work goal maps, which are the maps that are feeding into my financial freedom, because it's through my business and work that the wealth is coming. That is really important to me on a regular basis, to update those maps with new thoughts, new ideas. Now, the very last step of goal mapping is who. And so now it's time to contemplate who will help you follow through and take the actions in your how so you can move up along the path towards the achievement of your goal of financial freedom. Sometimes the who is just you. And when the who is just you, it's important to go beyond just saying your name and to think about which way of you. Which way of you is going to help you to follow through and do the things you need to do to move along the path towards your financial freedom. You can see here in my map, I'm saying I am focused with Adam and Vicky. Adam's my main technical person who's helped to build goal mapping online. Vicky, my life partner, live together, work together. And then the next who, again, me, I am being creative. And again, with Vicky and Adam. And then the third one, I am consistent. And that's with Awesome and affiliates. Awesome is marketing partners that we do some online marketing with, and affiliates connected with goal mapping. And then the very last step is that you're able to view the goal map. I'm just going to zoom mine out so I can see it there in the entirety. I've changed the images a little bit tonight, of course, because of demonstrating how the image library works. And if I zoom in, what's really important after you've created your goal map is to make sure that you generate an image. And I can click it right here, because looking at your map once a day, and as you look at the map, saying the words for the first 30 days is so important. And when you have a new idea, maybe you were inspired tonight to create your goal map for your financial freedom. That starts the creation of the brain cell connections, but then the brain cells break apart again quite quickly. So it's really important that each morning for 30 days, we re-establish the brain cell connection by looking at the map. And as you look at the map, say the words. It's this combination of looking at the pictures and saying the words that gradually helps to establish the brain cell connections. My maps are right here in my folder. I've just grabbed my pad off of the shelf there, and you can see here's my goal map and here's my to-do list. This is my business goal map and this is my business to-do list. And then I've got other maps, a relationship map with me and Vicky, dream house map, etc. I'm using the system, okay? And the maps are in my folder to keep it in my consciousness. Now, when it's a new map, you want to make the effort of downloading the map, printing it out, putting it up on the bedroom wall, or having it in a folder, looking at it on a regular basis. And when it's new, once a day. If you look at the map once a day, and as you look at the pictures, yantra, say the words, mantra. Look at the pictures, visualization, say the words, affirmation. Words, pictures, pictures, words, okay? Whole brain activation. You re-establish the brain cell connection. You release the serotonin. You give yourself a good feeling. You motivate yourself to take another step towards your goal. You keep hold of the dream. But if you don't print the map, if you don't follow through, it will fade. The brain cell connection will not hold. It's like the ends of the brain cells are like blue tack, like sticky, okay? Look at it once a day, say the word sticky, gradually they stick. And when they stick, it becomes a belief, and the belief becomes constant command to your subconscious and your universe about your reality. Stronger your belief, stronger the command. Look at the map, it builds a belief because you are building the brain cell connection. Okay, let me go back then to the PowerPoint presentation. Again, I'm going to apologize that we haven't managed to get the map, the text working so that we can share and people can ask questions. But if you want to write stuff in the Q&A, Vicky do her best to answer. Vicky's saying she hasn't got access to it, so I'm just going to have a quick look now. Not used to using Q&A normally because they're all through the chat. Okay, Vicky's telling me I'm the only one who can see them. So different people saying very good evening to you, and sun shining, etc., etc., etc. So let me just continue from where we were about using the map. Live it as much as you can. Bring it into your day. I've got mine on my screensaver right here because it's another way that I'm able to keep it into my consciousness. Sign it, because when you sign your map, and I've got my maps here signed. In fact, some of the maps are signed by both me and Vicky. When you sign it, it's like you're giving your promise. You're making a promise. You're giving a commitment. And again, it adds more power. Then see it and say it. And the very best time to see it and say it is early in the morning, because early in the morning, your brain's in a very specific rhythm called alpha rhythm. And when your brain's in alpha rhythm, it lasts for as much as an hour after you wake up. Whatever time you wake, your brain will be in alpha. When you first wake, you feel a bit sleepy, and then gradually the alpha rhythm fades. But when you're in alpha rhythm, the connection with your subconscious mind is 100 times greater than at midday. And then share your map. Share it with friends and family. If it's a financial map, maybe share it with a financial person, financial advisor. And then update your map, because it's really updating the map that keeps it alive. And particularly with a financial goal map, it might be a very long timeline to achieve financial freedom. You may be looking at 10 or 20 years. Some people I know have created even longer maps than that. Sometimes people create financial goal maps that are short, just 2 or 3 years, because it's about paying off debt or finishing off a mortgage, and that creates for the person financial freedom because they've reduced off all their debts, and so they move into financial positive through that. But if it's a long-term map, updating the map is absolutely essential. Goal mapping is helping people in so many different areas of life. And my children have been creating goal maps since they were just 5. This is one by my oldest daughter when she was 10, about being the best big sister she could be. And in contrast, here's a goal map by Microsoft from their senior team in the UK. A goal mapping is so simple that children can do it, and more than 1 million children have, and yet so powerful that big business will use it. Here, a goal map from Coca-Cola. Remember that creating your goal map is what creates the brain cell connections. But then look at the map so that we strengthen the connections. And please engage in the life path journey and create goal maps for the different important areas of your life. My recommendation, the important areas are goal map for happiness. If you don't have that, then the finances won't help. But also, of course, we want a goal map for self-esteem, because if we're not feeling good about ourselves, then again, life isn't working. Goal map for well-being, we need a health and energy. Goal map for finances, relationships, purpose. But start with that goal map for best life. And in doing that, we're helping to activate both sides of the brain. If you haven't done so, please do go and explore the video of the Life Path Journey. Simply click on the Life Path tab each dot on the island will open up a piece of video from the goal mapping workshop. There is so much depth and content in goal mapping that we simply don't have time to share here within these master classes. And we do run a 3-hour daytime workshop where we take a deep dive into the content. But even then, we're only able to focus on one principle per month. And there is so much more in goal mapping. And of course, goal mapping for little people. If you are a parent and you have children, I believe the greatest gift you can give is goal mapping, because it's the gift that keeps on giving. Teach a child how to achieve even just a simple goal. And what you're really doing is you're equipping them with a life skill that's going to help them to shape their own reality. And it's life-wide. Once a child learns how to set goals in the correct way, because there's a right way and a wrong way. Goal mapping is obviously the right way. Learn to set goals in the right way, and that really increases the chances of achieving them. Help a child to learn that young, and they can focus that life skill into whatever direction they choose to go. I'm so proud of my own daughter, who's recently become a ski instructor. And here in the Parents Center, you will find the resources to help you teach goal mapping to your children. Some of the resources are free, and also we have premium level resources. And at the gold level, we have the parents workbook. We have video of me coaching my own daughter, students workbook. If you choose to, you can upgrade to the gold level just for 1 month, $9.99. Download Sound the Magic Genie audio and the parents workbook and the student workbook and the ebook and which is about £100 worth of content, and then you can downgrade again afterwards. You've got it all for just $9.99 if you choose. The most important thing for me is that the material is helping people and it's serving its purpose. At the gold level, of course, you can also create multiple goal maps. You can have 100 maps, not just goal maps, but also life maps and action maps. And in a life map, and I believe really a life map is essential to accompany a goal map in financial freedom, you're creating a map of your beliefs and your attitudes. Now, so much of our success is not just physical, but it's also mental and emotional. Goal mapping works and works really well. Life mapping will turbocharge your goal map. And at the premium level, you can create not only goal maps, but also life maps and action maps. And in a life map, you are stating the ways of being, the beliefs and attitudes that empower your actions, here shown in the action map, that help you to follow through and manifest your desires. Of course, at the gold level, you also got access to the VIP Gold Lounge. And in the Gold Lounge, we've got the coaching rooms. And in each of the coaching rooms, we can find past recordings. So here, Jill Fielding, who I spoke about earlier, founder of Fielding Financial, and my success interview with her. And we've also got recordings of the Masterclass, and you'll be able to find this recording in the Gold Lounge after tonight's presentation. And we've got the 3-hour Golden Opportunity Workshop, the deep dive into the principles of manifestation and creation, so that not only you've got the map, but you understand how to work in harmony with the principles of creation, law of attraction, manifest the desires that you choose for yourself. And not only are you able to access the recordings in all of the different coaching rooms, there are 7 in total with master classes, golden opportunity workshops, success interviews in each, but also, of course, you get a ticket for the next golden opportunity workshop. which is going to be on Involve to Evolve. We're living in the age of networks. So the next workshop coming next Monday is all about how you access, network, and also turn within yourself, reach a deeper level of inner wisdom to evolve and become your very best. And now you can upgrade so simply. If you're not already upgraded, just click on the upgrade button in the top header. And if you choose to upgrade for a year, not only is it a saving of £29.88 rather than doing each month, but tonight, if you're upgrading, and it is tonight only because it's part of what we're going to do with the masterclass. And so tonight, if you're upgrading for a year, we're also going to include a special coaching token. And that coaching token is going to give you a coaching session with one of the certified goal mapping coaches. And these goal mapping coaches are experts in the various areas of success that we're recommending here in the masterclass. And normally you would be paying at least £150 or near to €180. But tonight, if you are taking the year subscription of Goal Mapping Gold, if you're upgrading to that level, you will receive coaching token that you can exchange with any one of these coaches, either working in an area of expertise that you would choose, or maybe speaking a language that you want to be coached in. And so you'll have gold for the year, you'll have use of the Gold Lounger course for the year, you'll have all of the resources, all of the video, plus a coaching session of a minimum of 1 hour with a coach of your choice from our recommended coach list. And I know there are some people here tonight interested in being a goal mapping coach. And so let me quickly explain that if you're interested to become certified in goal mapping, that certification enables you to teach goal mapping worldwide, but also wide in terms of you can work in corporates, you can work with public, you can work with networks, and you can teach goal mapping within education. We have 3 different levels of certification. Goal Mapping Coach is focused on learning how to coach people with goal mapping one-to-one. And that's what I'm going to focus on tonight for the next few moments in the presentation. And then for those people that wish a higher level, Goal Mapping Facilitator enables you not only to coach one-to-one, but also to deliver half-day workshops, a half-day workshop in business, a half-day workshop in education, public, network, wherever you choose. With each of these certifications, they can be delivered in person, physically, or online. And as part of the certification, you get absolute full-time, lifetime use of the goal mapping platform, as I've been using it tonight. At the highest level, Goal Mapping Practitioner enables you to deliver whole day workshop anywhere in the world to business, corporate, education, as well as having the coaching program and delivering conference speeches to large audiences if you choose. At each level, there is a full resource center and support system in place. Some people choose to go straight for the high level because they know that's where they want to position themselves. Some people, the half-day workshop facilitator. Some people start at the coach level. If you start at the coach level, you can upgrade at any time to the higher levels, and there is no penalty charges. It doesn't cost you any more. Just pay the difference and you step up to the next level. Anthony Robbins, one of the top life coaches in the world for many years now, testifying here about the power of goal mapping. And just in a couple of days' time, I'll be presenting for Tony Robbins for his top customers, the platinum partners. I've made many goal mapping workshops for Tony Robbins over many years. Tony has his own goal setting system, but even with his top clients, he chooses to bring me in and to have them receive goal mapping because of the power of it. It's an international license, so you can operate wherever you wish in any of the markets, as I've mentioned. There is a full resource center of logos, PowerPoints, flyers that you can put in your own contact details. We even have testimonials from business, public, education. And they're not testimonials on me, Brian Main, they're testimonials about the power of goal mapping. And so they're there for you to use. And so right from the beginning, once you've done your coach training, you have social proof, because here is a system that has longevity. It started in 1995 and it has credibility. We have some of the biggest organizations in the world, Siemens, Microsoft, Disney, Coca-Cola, using goal mapping. When you take a certification on goal mapping, you're also just receiving that same credibility because of the system being used with other people. We have PowerPoints and all the things you need to use so that at the end of your presentation, at the end of your certification rather, you're able to go out and make your first presentation, start to promote yourself, and of course, start to coach clients. You learn to coach goal mapping both online and also physical. And so with the online system, you have a coaching center where you can set up individual coaching pages. And you can see here the different people that I'm coaching at the moment around the world, some of them in England, some of them in India, far-reaching countries. The wonderful thing with the online goal mapping coaching is the person can be in the next street from you, or they can be in another country, or they can even be on the other side of the world. It makes absolutely no difference. And more people are wanting their coaching online simply because of the convenience. Click into any of the online coaching pages, it opens up, and you can see there's a messaging system. Here, messages between me and Dave, one of the people I'm coaching here in England. And then at the bottom of the page, I can open up his goal map. I can see his goals and I can write in feedback in the coaching system. You also get all the resources you need to be able to coach people on paper. So you can download the paper templates and instructions, print them out. And if you want to do face-to-face coaching, you can do so. Of course, with digital goal mapping, you can have multiple coaching sessions because your client can update their goal map with new insights every time you are coaching them. That isn't possible on paper in the same way because it requires the person to redraw the map. So my recommendation is always the digital, print the map, and then you can make changes, and if you need to, you can print a new map. The coach certification is both a self-development opportunity as well as a business opportunity. It's a self-development opportunity because your coach training will involve you being coached. You will be coached into creating 9 maps minimum. So 7 maps are those 7 I've shown a couple of times during the presentation. A map for best life, you'll create a goal map for happiness, a goal map for self-esteem, well-being, a goal map for financial freedom, a goal map for harmonious relationships, a goal map for purpose. You will also create a goal map for your goal mapping business. In fact, that is the very first goal map you will create. I have a goal map for my goal mapping business. All of the students come through goal mapping, create a goal map to build their business. Goal mapping works. That's why we have a map to build the business. And that map is what helps you to stay on track, follow through, and launch. In addition to the goal maps, you will also create a life map. And so by going through the coaching sessions and creating your own maps, you are helped to activate your whole brain, form those brain cell connections, create new beliefs, empower yourself, and have an authentic training experience that helps you to then coach clients, because you have your own map. If a client comes to you and says, please coach me to create a goal map for financial freedom, you have your own goal map for financial freedom because you've been coached to create that map as part of your certified coach training. And so you're able to coach your clients from a place of authenticity. Create your maps for all the important areas. It helps you to activate your whole brain, plus a goal map for building your goal mapping business, plus a life map for being your best. And then within the certification, you're going to be coached by experienced coaches. Some of the goal mapping coach trainers have been certified in goal mapping for almost 20 years. They have a wealth of experience, not just in how the system works, but in how you operate your goal mapping business. And they share that experience as part of your one-to-one coaching systems. And you can work anywhere you want in the world with goal mapping, and you can work across all the different markets, education, business, and public. In addition to the coach training, you also receive the resource center. And in the resource center are all of the materials that you need. You don't need to go and create anything else. You don't need to go and pay anyone else. There are no extra services that you need to take on necessarily. There are PowerPoint presentations, training manuals, guides, case studies, testimonials that you can use from the very outset that help you to hit the floor running and turn your coach training into a business that brings you an income and is part of your financial freedom strategy. And many people start their goal mapping coaching alongside their ordinary work, their 9-to-5 job. They learn goal mapping in the evenings or by watching the recordings. And then they start their goal mapping program, and then gradually they transition out of their day job and into being a full-time coach. Other people taking the certification are already full-time coaches and simply want to adopt goal mapping and learn the system, so they have use of the platform, because within the platform there is also a marketing center. In the marketing center, you have your own affiliate link so that you can recommend people into the goal mapping platform. And when they join through your link. And if they upgrade to the premium level, you receive the commissions. You also receive your own coach profile, which is like your micro website. It's open to the internet, and you can use it to market yourself as a coach, as well as it being visible to the goal mapping community, thousands and thousands and thousands of people who are creating goal maps and looking for coaches to help them achieve their goals. You receive logos, flyers, all of the materials you need. Within the affiliate center, you're able to create the personal links, and all of the different coaches here within the coach profile are using their affiliate link to reach out into the world and help people with the goal mapping. Click on any of the links, it opens up, it's open to the internet. So here's Stefan from Sweden and his coach profile or micro goal mapping website, advertising his services as a goal mapping coach. It's a simple 7-week learning journey. Within the journey, we record all of the sessions. They're available. If you can't make the live sessions, you can watch the recordings. We run group sessions as well as one-to-one sessions. So the 7 weeks is 4 group sessions. Now you can attend as many group sessions as you wish. ongoing. And once you start your journey, if you want to attend more group sessions, you can just continue. But the minimum is 4 group sessions. And in each group session, you create one of your regulatory goal maps. So best life, happiness, well-being, etc. But in addition, you also get 3 one-to-one goal mapping sessions with a goal mapping coach of your choice. And it's our premium coaches that are very experienced in goal mapping that are the recommended trainers. And we will help you to connect with the right goal mapping coach trainer for you for your one-to-one sessions. And in those one-to-one sessions, not only will you be guided to create one of your goal maps or a life map, but also you'll be able to question the coach and to find out how they are working with goal mapping and have created a successful coaching or training business using goal mapping and life mapping. You also, of course, will become part of the community of coaches and trainers and therapists. We call them life lifters. It is the community of people, more than 1,500 now, making a difference with goal mapping around the world. And every Monday we have a life lifter meeting for those who wish to join from the different countries, where we talk about the advances with goal mapping, the different ways to use it, and how we can help people or build our own business and achieve our dreams. It is absolutely amazing community of like-minded and heart-centered people. I could never have imagined back in 1995 at the first goal mapping workshop that the program would reach so many people or be used in so many different ways, for health, for well-being, for weight loss, for addiction therapy, for business success, for sales success, for financial freedom, of course. I mean, the list just goes on and on and on. Whatever you want to achieve, goal mapping is just a fantastic way to achieve it. And of course, as a coach, it is fundamental that we are helping people achieve their goals. And whatever type of coach you may be or aspire to be, helping people to achieve goals is absolutely core to the process of why people will sign up to you or recommend you afterwards as a coach. There can be no finer marketing than having a raving fan that wants to sing and shout about how wonderful you are and that everybody should work with you because you've helped them achieve something really important in their life. If you are not completely happy with the goal mapping coach training, it is a full money back guarantee. There is nothing to pay afterwards. There is no license renewal. There are some people that have taken the coach training just to have lifetime use of the goal mapping platform because it is a life skill, a lifetime skill. It's lifelong. And once you join this community, this movement we have of helping lift lives around the world, then there is nothing to pay afterwards. Whether you are a coach or a therapist or a trainer, whether you're aspiring to be that in the future, whatever niche you see for yourself in terms of the people you want to help, and whatever your passion, helping your clients achieve their goals is fundamental to success. And goal mapping, quite simply, is one of the most powerful success systems in the world. Here, a lovely endorsement by Siv Tuve from Norway, who took the coach training in 2018, 2019, saying that it was a turning point for her because she was looking for a tool that would help her with her coach training with executives. It's been so easy for her. It's a great result with her clients. When clients get a great result, they become raving fans. Now, I've been involved in many other coach programs, and if you look around the world at the different coach programs, and there are many being offered, you'll find that comparable programs are a minimum of £3,000 to £5,000. But goal mapping is just £1,495. That is for everything. And it's lifetime use. There's nothing to pay afterwards. It covers you for all those important areas we spoke about. You will learn how to coach goal mapping in a corporate, how to coach goal mapping with public, and of course, how to use it in education. Some coaches love to give a contribution to education. Other coaches are making a full-time good income by helping students to achieve their goals. And Emily here in Italy has actually become quite famous for her work in Italy, helping students to achieve goals. She's done some absolutely amazing work. And she says here how goal mapping has completely changed her life. And I know that it has because I've known her now for some years. And since taking the goal mapping certification, and she's just grown and grown and grown as a person. It's a joy to be with her. But also, she's done the most amazing work. It's so incredible in the way that she's helped students in schools with goal mapping, that she's been in many of the mainstream Italian newspapers. But it's not just in Italy, it's in many countries around the world. And I'm proud to say here in England, we have people doing amazing work with goal mapping, helping young people. Here, John Alexander, with his work with goal mapping, helping students start their apprenticeship and finding their way into a career in Scotland. If you're interested in helping young people to hold on to their dreams and follow their hearts, then goal mapping is the way. And we have the full youth empowerment pack available to you within the coach program. This is an empowerment system I've been supplying and teaching in schools for many years. And you can see here the normal price of $359, but it's all included as part of your coach training and certification. What's more, to help you help others, we're also giving you 10 gold and 15 silver upgrade codes. You saw just now that to upgrade to gold is £90 per year, and to upgrade to silver is £42 per year. Well, you will receive a code for £90, 10 of them that you can gift to clients as part of your coaching. And so if you're starting out as a coach and you're wanting to add value to your coaching because you're new in coaching, you can give each of your clients, when they're taking a coaching with you, one of the codes, and you can say this code alone is worth £90, or one of the silver codes, which is worth £42. These are codes that last a year. You have 15 silver codes. You have 10 gold codes. If you wish, you can resell them for money, or you can just include them in your coaching, or you can give them as a gift. Add up the value, it's £1,530. And again, it's all included as part of your certification. A lot of the goal mapping coaches really prize working with life mapping. It's such a powerful system. I had my life map actually is here at the front of my folder before my goal maps. Because a life map really goes to the heart of who you're being. So I have my life map first, and then I've got my goal maps afterwards and my action map. It's really powerful and yet a really simple system. And so while you're learning goal mapping, we also help you to learn life mapping. And the life mapping certification on its own, normally nearly £600. But again, we're including it as part of your coach certification. And so if you start to add it all up, the goal mapping coach certification is £1,495, but you are getting all of these added value bonuses. You get the added value of the family pack. You get the added value of the life mapping certification. You get the added value of the upgrade codes. And when you put all of that together, it would add up to nearly 4,000, 3,986. But again, it is just £1,495, which comes out at around about 1,741 euros. Haven't looked at the conversion today, so it might be a euro or two difference. I believe, hand on heart, it is huge value. And of course, there is money back guarantee if you are not completely happy. I have so many people saying to me that they can't believe how much they get with goal mapping, how much value and being part of the community and help and connection. Tonight, we're going to give something very special, and it is just tonight only, and that is that if you are registering for the coach or facilitator program tonight, then you will also get a ticket to Warrior Within. Warrior Within is my mastery program. It's a 7-week intensive deep dive into the very strongest life principles and lessons I have learned, and also the strongest exercises and activities that over a 7-week period, it helps you to believe in yourself, build your self-esteem, empower your physiology, find your flow, celebrate yourself, and be recognized within an amazing community of heart-centered and like-minded people. In the last Warrior Within, we had around 80 people joining, and I believe they came from around 8 or 9 countries in the world, as far away as America, Australia, of course, here in England, throughout Europe and Scandinavia. A 7-week journey where you will be guided to create all 4 of my mapping success systems: a goal map, a life map, an action map, and a self map. And if you are taking the coach certification and also joining Warrior Within, it will give you the extra special master mapping certification, where you can coach someone in all 4 of the mapping systems. That not only allows you to really help people to the maximum, but of course it allows you to maximize on the value that you receive when you're coaching clients, because you are able to not only coach them into creating multiple goal maps for their life, but you're also able to coach them in additional sessions with a life map, action map, a self map. And of course, with each of these systems, full resources available so that you're able to promote and market yourself fully. The normal price of Warrior Within, £495. We have an early bird price at the moment of £249, but I'm going to include it tonight if you are booking the coach certification. So just that £1,495, you're receiving the youth certification and training, you're receiving the upgrade codes, you're receiving life mapping certification, and you're also receiving a ticket to Warrior Within, which begins on the 31st of August. That's a 7-week journey, 2.5 hours each week on a Wednesday evening, each session recorded, and you're able to access the recordings. One special price, £1,495 or €1,741. And if it's more convenient for you to do in the form of a payment plan, and we can arrange a simple 3-month payment plan of just £550 per month. And so you can see for just a little more, £1,650, and you can spread the investment over a period of 3 months. and within that time frame, of course, be up and running with your coaching and generating an income from coaching other people and making a difference in the world. Vicky will have clicked, can't click the link, so please do go to goalmapping.com/share, and there you will see the information on the coach certification. goalmapping.com/share, or if you'd like more information, please do email Vicky, that's VIKKI @goalmapping.com. So to find the page, goalmapping.com/share, or contact Vicky at Vicky, VIKKI @goalmapping.com. Thank you very much for viewing. I hope it's been good for you. I wish you all well. I look forward to being you again next month. Bye for now.